Evening, it's Friday night and it's ESC Fan TV, and we're here with the first of our fantastic review shows. Tonight we've got the Netherlands, we've got Austria, and we've got Switzerland for us to get our opinions on. And as you can see, Stuart is there dancing like a nutter for it. I suppose I should introduce the panel, but before I do that, guys, just let's pause. Click the like and subscribe buttons down there. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitch, we are everywhere. Take a moment and never miss an ounce of our content again. Meanwhile, let's meet the panel. Let's say a massive hello to what I think is a very excited Stuart.
Hello, Tom. This is it. We're starting to talk about the actual songs. I'm so excited.
Exciting. Do you know what? I predict that one of those songs we review this year is going to be a winner.
Over the coming weeks, presumably, maybe even tonight. You never know.
Maybe tonight. You never know. Also joining us this evening from the Let Me Be the One radio show and blog, it's the fabulous Martin Palmer.
Fabulous. Don't know about that, but yes. Hello. Thank you very much.
Great to see you, Martin. Also traveling a little further afield over to Belgium, it's the wonderful Jana.
Yay! Hello.
Oh, lovely to see you as always. And also let's wish a good day and very, very, very good early morning to Gemma from Australia.
Hi, that was a very good day. I'm very impressed. Well done. I'll let that one pass.
Hey! Also joining us as well, just beating Gemma on the early morning stakes, because I think it's probably still the middle of the night. It's Ian.
Hello. Good morning.
Welcome.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes, welcome to ESC Fan TV. And also with us this evening is going to be my co-host for the evening, my Ulrika to my Terry. It's Elliot.
I think that's a compliment. Hello, everyone.
It is, I think, somewhere along the line. I'll be honest, I came out with the compliment and then suddenly realised I had to remember the names of some co-hosts, and they were the first that came to my mind. It's fine. I could have called you the Tooth Fairy to my Dr. Death. You know, that was
you could have said Mons. You could have said Mons to Petra, of course.
Yeah,
I'll take Petra. She's great.
There we go. There we go. Anyway, guys, shall we get started? We're gonna start our review shows by looking at the one and only Netherlands. Oh my goodness, it was 44 long years, and finally last year they won the competition with Duncan Lawrence's Arcade. Now, before we look back at last year and something more recent, let's take a trip down memory lane and see what the Netherlands winners had to offer before Duncan came along.
Wees nog eens lief, net als toen. Een beetje verliefd is iedereen, wel eens dat weet je. La 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 la. Sing a song every hour when you pick a flower, even when your lover is gone, gone, gone.
Oh, absolute classic there. I know everyone kind of goes, oh, especially with Ding a Dong. It's like that typical 70s Eurovision song. And I'm sure you are all joining in with your opinions in the chat room as we start to review these. Already, can I just say a quick hello to Teddy Costello, to Pulse 7, to David, to Ahmet, to BHTV, to Gustav, to ESCNL, to John Boy, and there's loads of others. Tom BDB is in there, Katja's in there as well. There's loads of you. Can we just give everyone just a quick wave, please? Hello.
Hi.
Ah, right. So, we've seen what the Netherlands won with beforehand. They posted their latest victory last year with Duncan Lawrence. And to be fair, this was kind of a long time coming. I think more so if you're Dutch, obviously. But I was looking at the results of past Dutch entries from the last few years, and they came 5th in 2016 semi-final, and then came 11th in the final, then 4th in the semi-final in 2017, came 11th in the final again. 2018, Waylon took 7th in the semi-final, 18th in the final, and then Duncan Lawrence hit the scene with this. Now, guys, let's just quickly run around. How excited are you guys to see the Netherlands finally get a chance at hosting this year? Gemma.
So excited. Finally.
Are you going to be partying Rotterdam?
Yes. Yes, I believe I will be. I don't know if that's a question that needed to be asked.
Well, do you know what? I feel like it needs to be in some ways. What are you looking forward to the most about the Netherlands hosting?
I haven't actually thought about it. I'm just excited to see everyone again. I've missed all my European buddies.
Oh, brilliant. And Elliot, what are you expecting from the Dutch this year?
If anything, how their entire planning and the allocation draws to be like efficiency, because they've just been on the ball getting stuff done, not waiting around. Like they've already said there's going to be no awful jokes, pre-written jokes in the script as well, which I think is a great move away from the old sterile things. The allocation draw lasted about half an hour. We never have it that fast. They just seem to be really on it and passionate to host it. And it just makes me very excited because they've just taken it and ran with it as fast as they can. But yeah, I'm expecting it all to be very efficient and well run on the nights.
And of course, Jana, how long is it going to... You've probably got the shortest journey out of everyone.
Yes, but I'm not making it. I'm staying at home.
Oh, you're not even going to sit in a cheeky drive to Rotterdam at some point?
No.
Oh,
No.
oh. Someone
No.
who is planning to go to Rotterdam, I know, is Martin. What are you looking
Indeed.
forward to the most?
Well, just to say one thing, Ding a Dong would have been was the first Eurovision song I ever saw performed on television. I am that old, okay? But yeah, I'm looking forward to the whole thing. I mean, as Elliot was saying, it's been extremely well planned. It's compared to Kiev and Tel Aviv. It's just so slick. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We've got 5 live shows to go to at the moment. See if I can get tickets for number 6, and then that'll be sort of 9-10 days planned. So brilliant, assuming nothing else happens.
Speaking of nothing else happening, Stuart, how's it going with that Netherlands trip planning?
Yeah, so as most people will know me, I was one of the poor bastards that got caught up in the Flybe fiasco. I've lost 3 flights in 24 hours. So excited. No, in all seriousness, I will be going to Rotterdam. Very excited for a party in the Netherlands. Who doesn't like a crepe and a cigarette or a smoke and a pancake? It's all about the Netherlands Euro Club. I'm with Gemma. I'm on that dance floor, hitting it hard, Tom.
And for those of you that don't know the reference, that's from Austin Powers' Gold Member references there, and I'm sad to know that I know that as well. Ian, what are you looking forward to most about the Netherlands hosting the contest?
I don't know. Well, I am really, really far. I'm not gonna go to successful Eurovision in Rotterdam, but I am expecting somewhat of a efficient contest, maybe ending before the sun rises here, because I think it's gonna start like 3, and if like it ends on 6 a.m., it will be a great morning for me.
Hey, well, I shall keep my fingers crossed for you. Now, let's go to the exciting bit, because the Netherlands have got their answer. Now, Gustav's put in the chat room that Stuart's been slaughtering languages since 2018. I'll be perfectly honest, I haven't been that far behind him. They are represented by, is it Jeangu Macrooy?
Jeangu Macrooy.
Jeangu Macrooy. I have to admit, when I first read it, I thought of Jeangu, which is the name of a character in the American sitcom The Good Place. But we'll move on from that one. That was me not knowing how to pronounce the name. It's a very personal story. The song, it's a quest to find himself. The song is called Grow. Let's take a listen. Right, come on then. Let's move in to the best things. Elliot, what do you think of Grow? Is it a grower?
Before I get to that, I just need to say, because people keep asking about my hair, it is still here. It's my headphones and my bandana apparently makes it look like I'm bald. I still have my hair. I'm not receding at 27. It's fine. Back onto the song, though. Yeah, the Netherlands have done this very clever thing, which a lot of countries do, which is we're going to send a credible song, but we don't want to win again. And it's fine if we don't, because this song... Oh, I can see why Stuart uploaded the live version and not the actual studio release of it, because it just it doesn't. The lyrics are brilliant when you really tune into them, but within a minute, I was like, "This is a song you're either going to be really in tune with, or you're going to get up and put the kettle on to." It's just it doesn't grab me straight away, and his voice and this sort of music has its audience. Like we saw that with Cesar, we saw that with other soul sort of songs. It has its audience. I'm just not a massive fan of it personally. I mean, like I said, his voice is great, but the song is just a bit of a letdown for me personally, sadly. But saying that, I wasn't wowed by Arcade when we did this last year and went on 1. So what do I know?
Better than not much.
Hashtag is Elliot's music taste always wrong. No. Netherlands. What are we making of the entry itself?
Well, when I first saw the video, the official video, I was like, oh my God, this is so boring. I couldn't stay focused on the song. I was doing other things, If the Netherlands are gonna, I don't know what to say. So if he is going to present the song like he did in the video, I would say the Netherlands can be happy. They are already in the final. Because, no, it's not my thing. But I've seen the live piece now for the first time. It's better. But it's still not my thing, but it's better,
Okay, so we've got some mixed opinions there. ESC are now in the chat room. I'm from the Netherlands, and there are mixed feelings here. The reaction on Hooverphonic were more positive. Hooverphonic representing Belgium, and their review will be coming to ESC Fan TV very, very, very soon. Let's go to Martin. What do we think? Because you were telling me that there was a difference when we were speaking on the show before the show started. You said there was a big difference between the video and the live version. What impact do you think that's going to have on expectations?
Well, when I saw, because I judge everything on first listen, and sometimes you got a live, sometimes you got official video. Official video, I was sort of annoyed for the first 2 minutes because it just didn't seem to go anywhere, and then it picked up for a minute and then it stopped, and it left me totally cold. And I thought, oh god, this is a nightmare. And I had this down as 28 out of 30 that was there yesterday. Saw the live version. I can't remember what the chat show's called, but all the Eurovision acts seem to go on it fairly quickly after the release of their songs, and he totally sells this. He fills that first 2 minutes for me. The live performance is him. It's everything. He is the entry. His voice is amazing. He brings all the emotion to bear, which you couldn't have in the video. And I'm not going to say it's going to win, but now it's my number 7 so far, and we've we've still got songs to go, but I think that now this could possibly be a top 10. This could be, as Elliot was alluding to, a big jury song, and then picking up votes with the televote. But for me, it's totally transformed with the live. He's amazing to watch. I'd be quite glad to go and see him in concert, I think.
Interesting. Interesting you say about seeing in concert, because I remember even with Duncan Lawrence last year being blown away by the live version. I went and saw him live in December as well. And I think those types of artists can really, really, really deliver live. Ian, what's your take?
Oh, okay. Hello. Well, let's see. This song feels like, since 2018, all the host songs sound like they would be great for a funeral. Sorry to be shady. But I know it's competent, but it's not really wowing for me. So it is really great that they are in the final. I think they're going to get a lot of jury points, but I don't think they're going to get a lot of televotes.
Which I think would suit the style of the song, wouldn't it? To be fair, I just would love to see a host entry do really well that isn't Swedish.
2016.
Yeah, as I say, a host entry to do well that isn't Swedish, because Sweden seem to nail the home entries. And other countries, even Israel, which I adored last year, I have to say, just didn't really cut it. Gemma, what's your opinion on Grow?
I pretty well have the same opinions as everyone else. I generally listen to all the songs when I'm driving to work, and it came on, and I was like, "What on earth is this nonsense? Like, come on, I want something a little bit more upbeat, thank you." But like, I don't know what it is with host countries. Like, why do they always have to feel like they need to send something? Like, it just sounds like it's like a different version of Arcade. Like, it just feels like it's in the same vein, but it's just missing something. Again, it'll probably be amazing live, but it's not a studio song, really.
Do you know what I think this is missing? I think this is missing a Wilders talk up. And that's why I'm going to call on Stuart to wrap this one up.
Yeah, so when I first heard this, I thought this is not what I was expecting from a host entry. And there's a point to that, because that was the first ever listen. And I thought, this is a bit strange. It felt a bit like a 2.5 minute intro and then a 30-second entry, But actually, when you listen to the words, it's beautifully written. The lyrics are incredible. It's all about encouraging people to feel less lonely, to open up and search for happiness. He's almost apologizing for the way he expresses his feelings. Some of the words, they don't lyrically. There's no sort of standard poetry to this. It's don't take it personally. Don't be offended. Don't mind if my mood changing like the weather. He's telling a story. He's not necessarily singing in a classical style. So you've really got to kind of open your mind to this. He's an incredible vocalist. I think the juries will love this, actually. I really do. Because of the way it's written, I think this is definitely going to be something that the juries will appreciate, because they will understand the way it's written and the meaning behind it. So I think maybe this is not a televote song.
but I do think the jury will give it plenty of votes. And I do think this is the type of entry that a host nation should be sending. It means something. It's special. And congratulations, Netherlands. You've picked a really, really good song.
Yes. And do you know what? I would absolutely agree with that. I tell you where I might get some flack from is where I think the Netherlands' biggest rivals in the points section for this type of song is going to come from. And I'm going to draw a parallel with the United Kingdom because I think our song is kind of the same genre, same style, same kind of vocals. And I think that's going to prove a little bit of a rival to it. But I think it wins on meaning, and I think it wins on something that's special. And we wish the Netherlands all the best of luck, especially given the fact I do believe their draw for their actual place in the contest occurs at the heads of delegation meeting that's occurring early next week.
I'm not sure that'll be high on the list of things to talk about.
Might not be high on the list of things to talk about, Stuart, but I tell you what, that artist, Jeangu, is going to be absolutely kind of, looking forward to it because a draw can make or break a song. Okay, if he's on first, it could go all Engelbert Humperdinck. If he's on last, it could be more Fuego. So let's just bear that in mind.
Don't compare it to Fuego.
Let's just be honest. Being brutally honest, I have to agree. Like wherever it is within the jury, it'll do fine. The televote, it's either going to be on too early, or everyone's going to be drunk and they'll forget it. This song is doomed by televote sense. And the comparison to Kobe Marimi, he actually got nothing from the jury when the jury points were actually corrected. He got nothing. So having a meaningful song sang well only gets you so far now.
Oh, I think this is.
Yeah.
I hear you, but I think this is leagues above Kobe Marimi's song. As much as I loved it, and the Israelis won't appreciate me saying that, I actually think this is leagues above. And actually, this is almost like an autobiography that's being sung, not written. Honestly, it's beautiful. Not everyone's going to get it, but you need to go back and have a few listens to this and listen to the actual lyrics. It's stunning.
Andrew from Holland has said, wait, you don't like our entry. Just wait. Music first, always.
There you go, Andrew.
That's what we're saying, Andrew. Okay. It's the views of the panel. Some of the panel think that, it's going to be soulful, but some of us appreciate the more musical intricacies of it as well. Final question, is this song going to avoid the curse of the hosts?
No.
Where are we going to place this? And do you know what? I'm going to make this easy for you. You can have top 10, mid-table, or bottom 5. Wait,
it's going to be mid-table.
Mid-table from Ian.
Because when we say curse, I instantly go to bottom 5 because the host entry, apart from Flans, has been bottom 5 since 2015. I think they've all tanked horrifically. Yeah. I think this will get about 15th. A lot like Lucy Jones, it'll do very well in the jury, and the televote will pull it right down to about 15th or so.
Martin.
Yes, or even Lake Malawi, eh? Yeah, but yeah. So mid-table, I'd probably go for. I think it'll do, or unless it does really well, unless it does a Caesar Sampson and is sort of like, right up near the top, in which case it'll be pulled down to sort of like, top 10. But I think that's a sort of mid-table, more realistic.
Gemma.
Keeping in mind, it's still very, very early days. We've only had this song for, it's not even a week. We've only had it a couple of days or something. So, at this point in time, I would be saying bottom 5. But if I see something more impressive, I may change my mind.
Okay, and Yana.
Well, I have to say bottom 5 as well. It's not just my thing, and I don't know.
Well, do you know what, guys? I'm gonna chuck my neck on the line. I'm going to say it's going to be a fantastic live performance. And it's going to be top 10 from me. And I'm hoping Stuart is going to back me up on that one.
Yeah, I am. Solid top 10 for me. Solid top. I've got top 10 written down here. And I think it's going to get some real solid points from the juries. And it should do. It should do. Yeah, we want better songs at Eurovision. This is a real song. Very, very good.
Amazeballs. And on that note, I do believe that is the Netherlands just about done.
That one. Is it my turn now, Tom?
Over to Elliot.
Hey! So, that's the Netherlands done and dusted. That's the host country done. So now we're going to go on to the other nations. My headband is slipping slightly. This is why you don't do a quick change live on air. I'm going to talk about Austria. Now, Austria, of course, have had a bit of a checkered past in the contest, but they have won. They have had some victories. So, Tom, why don't you just remind us of the times that Austria have lifted their fabulous Eurovision trophy?
Merci, merci, merci pour tous mes sens chéris, chéris. I'm gonna fly like a phoenix out of the ashes, seeking redemption.
So there we are, 2 victories to the name. Most recently, Conchita Wurst in 2014. Obviously, very iconic victory for a multitude of reasons. But now, 2020, new decade. What are Austria doing? Well, they are sending Vincent Bueno. He was announced quite early on in November or December time, but only on Wednesday we finally got his entry. So now we can talk about it. This is the Austrian entry for 2020. It is Vincent Bueno with the song Alive. And Tom, hit the play button.
You make me feel alive. You make me feel like I'm alive again. Alive again. Only you can make me feel alive again. Alive again.
So there we are. There's a snippet of Alive by Vincent Bueno. No stranger to Eurovision. He tried to represent them in 2016 with the song All We Need Is That Love. Sadly, didn't make the top 3 in that selection, losing out to Luan DC. Not mad about that. Austria was my win in 2016. But the following year, he was a backing vocalist to his good friend Nathan Trent with Running on Air. So he has done Eurovision before, but now the stage is all his with Alive. Fun fact about Vincent Bueno is he's the first ever artist in recent memory that has got Filipino descent. So he is breaking new grounds, being the first Filipino to step onto the Eurovision stage. Ian, how do you feel about this and the entry in general?
This is why I'm here.
Really?
It's not the first Filipino to be in Eurovision. Actually, it's one half of the sisters from Germany. So okay, so let's go to my review. Actually, the fandom, we have a Eurovision group here in the Philippines, is quite happy with the song. It's very Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake. I think he's gonna dance it off in the final, in the semifinal first. We're really disappointed though. There's no Filipino lyrics, but I think if he had like a Filipino version of it, will be. I am though giving myself like whispering a dream that if he is very smart, he's gonna promote it outside of Europe, specifically in the Philippines, and what he'll do is like promote it here. He'll go home. Well, with the coronavirus, I don't know if he's gonna go home, but because there are a lot of OFWs in Europe, and I think if he captures that market, he gets a lot of televotes in the semifinals. The plan is just to win the semifinals and get there, because I don't think this will be top 10 in the final.
Okay, now Gemma, you have said multiple times in this program you love a song you can dance and move to. Does this song make you want to dance and move?
Oh my god. Okay. So when this guy got announced months ago, I was like, I don't know who this person is. I didn't do any research into knowing what kind of songs he sings normally. So I was expecting a really slow song. Don't know why. That was just the marketing I got from all these socials. So this song came out and I was like, wait on, what? What's this banger that's just come out? Oh, I am so happy. I love this. I don't care where it comes. I just want to dance to it.
So, just for reference, every single time this song is played, anywhere where it's ESC radio, the London Eurovision, Gemma will be dancing in some form of capacity. Yeah, no. Are you bopping side to side alongside Gemma?
Well, not as hard, I think, but yeah, it's kind of. I thought at first it was kind of okay, but I'm starting to like it a little bit more now. It's yeah. I think it will qualify. Shouldn't be a problem for Austria to qualify. But I don't know how it will do in the final. I think it's kind of mid-table, 10, 15.
Okay. And Martin, obviously the song and the music video, Vincent has a lot of energy. He's dancing a lot. There's a lot of rhythmical changes. What are you expecting staging-wise to come from Austria and this song this year?
Well, he seemed to be dancing, or getting the move on quite well. But obviously, there's some bits in the video a bit weird because you had all these masked people as well. So as long as they don't go all humans on us from Romania, then it should be okay. But maybe just get a few dancers around him and really go for it. But I really love the video because it starts sort of initially quite slow. You think, oh, what we're going to get here, sort of very slow song, and then bam, wow, and excellent, loved it. I don't know, my sort of thing, I graded things for a jury for various places, and my phrase was, give him a bigger hat, and Vincent is JK from Jamiroquai, because that's sort of what reminded me of sort of that style of music. And but I'm really impressed with this, and it's going to be, it's in semi-final 2, which is a bit of, when you look at what's in it, it's so mixed and so many different styles of entries there that this just adds to it. So I think semi-final 2 is going to be, as a spectacle, and watching it, you're going to be thinking, wow, this is a great variety of music. So
okay. Now, Stuart, Martin's just mentioned Jamiroquai there. Another song, and it's not only its semi-final, it's half, is Iceland, which you compare to very much a Jamiroquai sound. Do you think that's going to potentially damage Vincent, because if he's the same sort of artist comparison there?
So I don't love this song as much as my co-panelists. It's okay to me. That's as much as I can be that positive about it. It sounds pretty generic, I think is probably a good word to use. I'm ignoring the comment, Tom. Stop drawing my attention to it. Oh, somewhere out there she still looks for me.
Can we just
How do I still love you?
Can we just allow long-term viewers, just like, or even people who joined us this year, just in on this, that Panda, having met Stuart at the London Eurovision party and Eurovision in concert, where she turned up the second time round with a signed album for him, also gave him a personalised birthday message on the Facebook as well.
Don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, let's move on.
So you're not loving this, basically. You're not loving it as much as you did Limits.
So, no, I feel if I stop there, that's going to draw the wrong conclusion to what I'm about to say. It draws comparisons with Jamiroquai, Martin Spot On, Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars. However, I get more Zoli Aduk vibes from Hungary from a few years ago with Dance With Me. I get more of that than I do some of these others. I saw a comment somewhere that Guy Sebastian's Tonight Again is quite similar. I don't see it. He's a good singer. Vincent Bueno is a very good singer. He's a good performer. This is a type of song which needs the right choreography to put it over the line. Otherwise, I think there is a chance this may not qualify. It should qualify because we need bangers at Eurovision, and there are very limited choice of bangers this year. But I'm not sure how this is going to do. And let's face it, Austria, with a good song last year, Panda, I Still Love You, did really badly in the semi-final. It didn't qualify and should have. So who knows?
Yeah. Hello. I do agree with you that it needs a choreography. I think they're working on it. I think they hired a group of dancers to do the choreography. Anyways, the mass, I think it is a callback to Jabberwocky, if you know Americans Got Talent, because they are also a Filipino group.
Okay.
So I think that harks it back.
I'm going to jump in and just say I remember watching the 2016 national selection where Vincent actually opened that national selection, and I would be shocked if he doesn't open this semi-final, to be honest, because I always say in Eurovision you need a safe opener for people sitting down for the first time who've not heard these songs. You don't want something to scare them off. And I think this will ease people in because it sounds quite modern than now. Vincent is a good singer. He is a good dancer while singing. He can move around and interact with the crowd as he did in 2016. So I think that's not going to be a worry. I like this song. I do find myself bopping along to it. Probably not as hard as Gemma, but at the same time, it's just on and I just find myself moving along to the beat of it involuntarily. So that must be a good thing, surely. I see potential with this. I think Vincent will do a very good job. And, you know, the fact he has done it as a backing vocalist, tried to go for himself before, it's clear he wants to do this. He knows what he's getting himself into. And I think that's a massive mental advantage as well. The fact you know what you're doing going into the sort of thing. But Tom, what do you think? Round this out for us.
Well, Jamiroquai, an artist of the 90s. I love the 90s. I love this song. I think it's great. I think it stands out. I think it would be wrong to open the show with this. I think it needs to be placed actually towards the end of the semi-final. I think it's bound to get Rotterdam up and dancing. I think there's a really nice, cool beat to it. And I think there is a real opportunity here for Austria to do really well. I think it was a shame last year that Panda didn't qualify, although ultimately, in context, probably, you know, the right decision because it was a beautiful song, but unfortunately, I don't think it translated as well as it could have done when you watched it live on TV. This, I think, is going to make Rotterdam go with a bang. And I think, hashtag banger, it is going to be brilliant. And I think it's going to get through to the final. And I think it's going to be challenging up there, probably. I suspect bottom half of the top 10 when the shakedown happens.
Yeah. Okay, you said it needs to go near the end of the semi-final, but sorry to break your heart, Tom. It's in the first half. It can't go near the end of the semi-final because they're the rules. It's stuck in the first half.
It can go in the middle then, can't it? It can go to the end of their section.
Well, Tom has already said it could get top 10. I think he's going to say top 10 for all 41 songs at this rate. But let's go to the rest of the panel. So firstly, will it qualify and make the top 10 on the semi-final? And where do you think it'll do in the final if it gets there? I'm going to be brutal and say I think it should open the show. I think it's a good show opener. I still think it will marginally get through between 8th and 10th because Austria very rarely are up high apart from Conchita and Zoe. And that's because there's something special about them. I just think that's lacking that little spark. So I think it'll qualify just. And if it does, again, mid-table, probably about Nathan Trent, which was 17th or 18th or so. Gemma, how do you think Vincent Bueno can do realistically?
So it will be qualifying. I'll vote myself. I do, however, think it's probably going to come middle ground if it was to qualify.
Okay. Yana?
Well, I think it'll be a good idea, like you said, to let it open the show. I think if they do that, they have a big chance to qualify. They already do, I think. And then maybe 10th, 15th place.
Okay. Ian, how do you feel it can do, Ian?
Okay, so the goal here is to qualify, I think. Going mid-table, getting top 10 is the icing on the cake for me.
Okay. Martin, with your jury hat on, as you said earlier, how do you think this will do?
I'd like to think it qualifies, but in semi-final 2, you've got Kamama for a start. Is like there, Chains on You's there, Hasta La Vista's there, Supergirl's there. So there's lots of up tempo, mid tempo, bangers, or what would be in the pop charts at the moment. So hopefully it will get through to the final because I've got it 8th place in my top at the moment. But I could see that possibly if it doesn't click on the night, that it might miss out. If it does get through to the final, I think it's probably another sort of mid-table one again.
Okay, and earlier we did put in the chat, would it qualify? Not everyone seems quite positive. Everyone's saying yes, it will qualify. We've got ESC Matt saying it'll get about 12th, and yeah, so everyone seemed positive. Stuart, are you sharing this positivity with Vincent Bueno's chances? Will we see him on the Saturday evening?
So, despite what I said, I have him pretty much the same as everybody else. I have between 8th and 15th in the semi-final. So there you go. So I think there's a chance he'll qualify, but I also think there's a chance he won't. And probably on the balance of probability, there's a greater chance he won't. But he might. And what do I know? I get it wrong every year. Fuck it.
That's because you put money on it. That's how you get it wrong. You're so confident, you slap a tenner on, and that is the kiss of death. It's like when Tom admits he likes a song. Boom, instantly eliminated from a semi-final.
I just want a couple of bangers, same as Martin. The first two, we've got Chains on You. We've got what was the other one you mentioned, Martin? Serbia, Czech Republic, Greece. There's many actually, up-tempo songs in this half. We were washed with bangers in that semi-final, which is the concern, I would say.
Iceland is there as well.
For the record, that Stuart always manages to win money on the winner at Eurovision. And that's because he puts a bet on every single country.
I was going to say, is it because he just covers every single base possible?
Yeah.
But it is safe to say we think Vincent's qualification chances are very much alive. And of course, the best of luck to Vincent and the entire ORF delegation. As we know, Stuart became very good friends with them last year in Panda. So we speak very highly of them here at ESC Fan TV. But that is Austria, done and dusted. Right, Tom, take it away for our last country of the evening. I'm going to go back to pushing buttons now.
Oh, do you know what? It looks like, having done Austria, we're just travelling a short distance across the border to Switzerland. Oh, what a country, what a heritage. They've won the contest a number of times. Let's take a look at how they've won so far.
Refrain, couleur du ciel, parfum de mes 20 ans.
Who could forget Celine Dion,
Yay!
the last winner for Switzerland in 1988. I wonder whatever happened to her.
I have
French-Canadian singer. And also, can we just draw attention to the fact that most female presenters have a costume, a dress change, whereas Elliot is having a bandana change for every new entry this evening, which I just thought I'd throw out there. Gustav is bound to notice that.
Can we rename him? Can we rename him? I think it's about time we refer to him as Rocky. I just think there's something about him. And just on the Celine Dion reference, can we just say how I think it's fantastic how the doily was invented from the dress she wore that night.
It was a fantastic dress. Misunderstood.
In what world? Even for the 80s, that was bad.
Yes, to be honest. And let's not forget that Bruce Forsyth on British TV certainly made sure that people never forgot that it was Yugoslavia that never voted for the UK and gave Switzerland the ultimate victory that year. But we digress, people, because last year was a good year for Switzerland. They qualified for the final for the first time since 2014.
Yay!
This was amazing. It was the wonderful Luca Hani who sung the amazing song She Got You. This year, they are going a little bit different. We've got Gjon's Tears with the song Respondez-moi. Let's take a listen.
Start ma langue au sein, répondez-moi. Pas de langue de paix, répondez-moi.
Excuse me, Stuart, but I'm from the pronunciation police. And it is Répondez-moi, not Respondez-moi.
Well, you called me Stuart. I don't know whether to be
Oh,
complimented
I
or
mean
not.
Tom, sorry.
I'm just. Oh.
I'll be offended.
Well,
Sorry, Stuart.
there we
Cue
go.
generator.
And then she apologises to Stuart. Oh, I have to
Moving
say,
swiftly on. We'll keep digging a bigger hole.
this is already getting attention in the chat room. Catcher says Yerna is so funny. Okay.
Thank you.
But John Boy says Switzerland singing one of their native languages for the first time since 2010. Yay, je l'adore. But also says, sorry, Celine, terrible frock. Gustav, I love Switzerland's song. Schulwocker, 1955, Switzerland won in French. 32 years later, they won again in French. 32 years later, will they win again in French? Who knows? Paul 7 says the Swiss song is so emotionally deep, it gives me goosebumps. Yolanda Sarah says the Swiss song is my winner this year. It's stunning. Oh, so much high praise for Switzerland. Let's go straight to Martin.
Hello. Yeah. No, I knew about the 32 thing as well. Damn. There you go. So yes,
Your
it could be. My cat. I was so annoyed. I was just bang. There you go. Yeah.
That was quite the view. I wonder what you were going to show us.
No, it's not that sort of show, is it?
No.
Oh,
It never will be.
things can change, Martin. You lead the way.
Well, you're desperate. You're desperate for viewers. Eh? No, anyway. This is another one like the Dutch. Is that the video? It didn't quite connect with me. I mean, he sings it well, and I suspect that this is going to be really another one that's going to go down well with the juries, and it's in French, which is always a good thing. But I want to see it live because the video itself didn't really get me. You know, it wasn't bad. It just didn't really grab me in any way, shape, or form, really. And but then again, having said that, in this semi-final, because it's in with all these, bangers, so to speak, I think this will probably stand out quite well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Switzerland sails through to the final.
Okay. Stuart, what's your take?
But can we start with his name? Because I had endless amounts of laughter over this. Gjon's Tears. I know I've mispronounced that, but that would be pronounced Gjon's in the UK, which to me sounds exactly what it's like when someone presents me with chicken nuggets. Stuart's Tears from Chicken Nuggets. Gjon's Tears. This is a weird choice of a title. Respondez-moi. Answer me. Where's Yerna? She's behind bars at the moment. We've locked her out. She's looking at me like she might give me evils. For those who can't see, Tom, this is going to win Eurovision. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely everything I've been looking for so far. It has choir strings, modern beat. The actual essence of the song is phenomenal. It flows beautifully, and actually, I can see juries and televoters voting for this in the same way they voted for Duncan Lawrence last year. It's definitely one to watch. Will it win Eurovision? Maybe I'm being a bit overly positive, but it's certainly going to be there or thereabouts.
Okay, and do you know what? I think it was very unfair of you, Stuart, to lock out Yerna at that point in time. And look, he's run off now. He's run off, Yerna, just when you were about to correct him on his pronunciation. But
Yeah.
Yerna, what do you make of the Swiss entry of Répondez-moi?
Well, it's a nice surprise to see them singing in French, for the first time in 10 years. Always liked some French songs, but it didn't catch me in the beginning. But I've listened to it a few more times, and I'm starting to warm up to it. It's not bad. And he is from Albanian Kosovar descent, so Albania is participating in the semi-final.
Which could be some votes, couldn't it?
Yes.
Interesting to note that did compete in the first season of Albania's Got Talent. and also made the semi-finals of the French The Voice. Is it The Voice La Plus Belle Voix? And Yerna will probably either thumbs up or thumbs down my pronunciation of that one from the chat room, which I think stands in excellent stead when it comes to live vocals. Let's go across to Ian.
Hello. Okay, so this is my prediction. I think this is one of the songs that might win Eurovision. If there's any ballad that would win Eurovision, this is it. This is the predecessor to Arcade. I like the topic of the song. It has this. I've read the lyrics. It's about immigration and children who move to another country and how it affects them. It is also the better French song for this year, unless Portugal comes with that other French song. What I would say though is they need to hone his. I haven't seen this live, so it might be terrible. He has 3 high notes in the song. If you, 3 high notes. So I don't know if he can do it all, land all those 3 notes. Because if he falls on one, it falls altogether.
But let's put this into context, that having that pedigree of different live competitions, I hope, and I like to think, for Stuart's sake as well, because let's face it, the old boy likes to be right every now and again. That the high notes will be hit, and Stuart's betting might actually yield some dividends this year. Gemma, what's your take on Switzerland's entry?
Oh, I found this song to be stunning. Someone said that, and that's the word I'm going to use. I just love it. I do love a banger, but also this just captures me. And when you watch the video, my favorite part, it doesn't quite fit in, but still my favorite part, is he's just standing there. The next thing he's got glitter falling on his face. And I love it. And I'm going to have to try and figure out how I can do that now too.
Yay! Oh, do you know what, though? Just make sure your glitter's of a certain size, otherwise you could end up being a bit like Ira Losco when she did Seventh Wonder 18 years ago, in 2002, when she blew some glitter out to the audience. Elliot, wrap this up for us. Switzerland.
Right, well, I remember seeing this online when it was going to drop, so I ran to YouTube and I saw it when it was literally being premiered, and in that, they didn't say who the artist was. It was literally bang, here's the song. And it did something I haven't had all year, which made me threes, and I'm going to admit this, I nearly cried. This song is beautiful. There is just something about it, and I just went, oh my God. Also, whilst we've been on air, it's now up to 5th in the odds to win. It's been climbing every single day. Switzerland have done what they do best since they've gone internal. They've got the artist and they know what works for that artist. And when he went on The Voice, his mentor was Mika. So he's been trained to hit those highlights like Mika can do. And also, when I was doing my research, I found this out, which I found quite interesting. He was willing to go for France in Destination Eurovision this year before they scrapped the format. And France TV must be kicking themselves, because he is known in France, he would have done quite well. Yeah, this song is beautiful. Like I said, it's about him, being his parents being from Albania and Kosovo. He's from Switzerland. He has all these questions about why he's here and wants answers. It's done so well, and with such fragility in his voice. I'm expecting a real moment on stage. Will it win? I'm not sure, but Luca got them their best result in 26 years last year, and I think it's not out of the question to ask that he could even top Luca's result from last year. People have gone mad for this song since it first dropped. I haven't seen that. I don't even think She Got Me got that much of a reaction this year as this song has. It's beautiful.
That's because it's haunting, and it's the type of song that can win Eurovision because it resonates with you immediately, which is exactly what Duncan Lawrence did. And then remember going back to all the reaction videos from various Eurovision fan media last year, and you had bloggers crying over Duncan Lawrence. Their tears were rolling down their faces, and this had the same reaction. and it doesn't matter if it's a similar type of song. This also sounds like London Grammar's Strong. If you ever heard that song or haven't heard that song, go and listen to it. But the point is, if you get that kind of emotional reaction to a song, it means it resonates, and it means it's a very, very, very good song. This is a very good song, and it certainly is the can win Eurovision bracket pot or whatever. Let's see.
Oh, and I think we've lost some audio from Stuart there. My personal opinion on it is I quite like the song, and I think there was a comment in the chat room from Martin as we've been exchanging views that it's in French, and that could prove to be an issue. Although I'm not sure it's going to be as much of an issue these days. I think the bigger thing is that if you have a song that is haunting and fragile, you have to make sure that you don't go too far towards the haunting and fragile side, that you end up losing the impact on stage. Because if I think about haunting and fragile, I actually think more about Panda, Austria last year, which I did think was presented in that very haunting and fragile way, but too much so, whereas Duncan Lawrence managed to get the balance right with the musical backing behind him. But do you know what? I think this is going to do quite well, and I definitely see it as a qualifier. Let's see what my panel think. Martin, where are you going to place this one?
Yes, it should qualify because of what's around it, because it will stand out. I want to see it live to see, as Ian was saying, whether all the vocals are there, and even how his stage presence is. As for how well it does, I said purely about French because all the fans were going about, oh, Mercy's going to win, for instance, because we'll all understand what the message behind that was. Nobody on the voting in the final really had a clue what was going on, what it meant, because most people watching it don't understand French. So that's the downside if you're relying on the lyrics. It could be a top 10, it could be a top 5 if this is amazing. It's not my favourite ballads. I've got Norway, Romania and Albania at the moment, but that's probably going to totally change above it. But yeah, it's a good song, and I think it's got potential to be a top 10.
Okay, Ian, what's your take?
Okay. It needs a staging. The staging needs to tell the story. My prediction would be it's gonna go top 10, but I don't know if it's going to win. It might win because if there are some songs that are the same, that are really high right now in the odds. So if like they cannibalize each other, I think Switzerland has a chance and maybe win by like a point.
Oh, wouldn't be the first time for them. Wouldn't be the first time.
What happened, Tom? We lost him.
I've no idea what happened there. Gemma.
We're recovered.
All right. So we just going with if I think it's going to qualify. Is that what we're up to?
Do you think he's going to qualify? Do you think it's going to actually? Where would you place it if it got through to the final?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to qualify. I would not be surprised if it's top 10.
Okay, and Yana.
Well, I think it will qualify as well. And I don't know, I want to see it live, but maybe top 10.
Okay, and Elliot.
Oh yeah, this is sailing through to the final. Let's not even entertain it. Won't qualify. It's sailing through. It'll be left to like song 16 or 17 now. That real lasting impression moment, I think, as well. It could probably, looking at who's in the semi-final, win the jury semi-final. I feel like it's got such strong jury appeal. In the final, I can see it in the top 5. I would be really, really happy if this won, to be honest. And it's going to be a close year. Like, this year is very strong. There's a lot of very solid entries, like, Attention, Roxanne, Ukraine. Like, so many countries are bringing such strong things. It's going to be very close, like 2011. So someone could just sneak it. The only reason I don't want Switzerland to win is that it's so expensive there. I'll be like,
Yes.
no, I cannot survive 2 weeks there. But I think this has got amazing potential to do just as well as Luca did last year.
Okay. Now, I'm assuming, Stuart, that you're putting this in for the win.
Always.
So I've got top 10. No, I haven't. Let me start again. I've got top 5 in the semi-final. I'm not going winners yet. It's still an open playing field. And I've got top 10, possibly top 5 in the Eurovision final. That's where I'm at.
You got every country in the top 10.
Yeah, it's because I've played this game before. I don't want the hate. I don't want the heat online. Talking of which, Fiona, can I just check? Have you got birds in your room with you? Because it's either that or R2D2's come to visit.
It's me. I'm sorry. The sun's come up and all the birds are awake.
Oh, that's what
I'll
it is.
shut the window next time and turn the air conditioning on. Sorry, I live in the country, guys.
It's not me.
For a minute, I thought it was in a scene from Star Wars. There was R2D2 in the background.
No, Australia's very confused right now. All the birds think it's spring. It's not. It's autumn. But anyway.
Can you send them our way? Rain for 3 months solid in the UK.
We're gonna battle the sunshine.
My personal take is I'm not going to put this in the top 10. I'm going to put this in the mid-table range, qualifying for the final, but just missing out on the top 10 because I like to be different. But we wish Switzerland all the luck of the world in the second semi-final, which is going to be on the 14th of May in Rotterdam. And do you know what? I think they've got a really good chance this year. And it's nice to see them build on something after Luca Hani's great performance last year as well. But guys, do you know what? I think that is Switzerland done. Okay, so that almost brings us to the end of today's show. But, oh my goodness me, if you thought we had a lot of songs already to look at, I think the workload might double after this weekend. It's another Super Saturday!
The last one, thank God.
Oh, do you know what? Such a muted reaction from my panelists. I hope people in the chat room are noting this one. So it's another Super Saturday. Yay! There we go. Crowd goes wild.
It's only 4 entries.
Yeah. You say it's only 4 entries, but
they're all on at the same time.
Yes.
They're on at the same time.
I know Portugal be later, isn't it? Portugal normally in the midnight, something like that.
Could be actually.
Yeah.
But Portugal select their entry. Denmark select their entry. Sweden select their entry, and also
Finland.
We have Finland as well selecting their song as well. And you may be thinking to yourself, what is ESC Fan TV going to do on this Super Saturday? What country are we going to go to? We are going to be flying the flag tomorrow night for Denmark. And you can catch the Danish show, the Danish review show, coming to ESC Fan TV tomorrow night after the Danish final finishes. Now, some of you may be sat there and you may be thinking, hang on a second, ESC Fan TV, just wait one nitpicking second. It's the Melody Festivalen final tomorrow night as well. Well, just for you guys, 9 p.m. On Sunday night, you can catch our Melody Festivalen final review show. So you've got 24 hours to allow that result to sink in, to actually look at all the voting figures and stats and things that are going to come out from SVT, so we can do a fantastic rundown of that then as well. Elliot, are you excited?
I am very, very excited, but I'll be more excited if hashtag Team Anna wins on Saturday.
Yay! And have you got some new bandanas for the occasion as well?
Of course I do.
Yay!
Just you wait.
Love it. Now, guys, in the meantime, you may be thinking, how do I fill the gap this weekend? It's very simple. Look at all the fantastic content available at escfantv.com. That's available on our YouTube channel. Catch up with us on Facebook. Look at what we've posted on Insta as well. The Twitter feed is live and kicking as well. It's going to be another fantastic weekend. In the meantime, I think it's time to say goodbye to the panel. Goodbye, first of all, to the fantastic Ian.
Hello.
Oh, been
Means on
fantastic.
Facebook and Twitter, or my personal page as Man is an Island at Twitter. I'm just plugging that in. But it's not working. I don't know how we're gonna do it because of the internet connection. But hear us, find us. We'll do something for this year.
Hey, be fantastic to see it, and thank you for coming on as well. Also, a massive thanks to another early riser. Big thanks to Gemma.
Thanks for having me. I apologize for the birds and the sun that got in my way halfway through.
Oh, do you know what? It just makes me feel
alright,
jealous
just
because I
jealous.
look outside. I'm literally facing a window, and it's pitch black. And I think it
Now
might
look at
even
this.
be
Look how
raining.
bright that is.
I know. I'm jealous. I'm just jealous. I can't help it. A massive thanks to Jana this evening as well.
Danke, merci, danke schön.
Multilingual as well. We love it. Big thanks to Let Me Be the One host and blogger, Martin.
I'll just say goodbye because that's the only language I know.
Yay! And massive thanks to let's what way should we go? Let's go that way. Big thanks to Stuart.
Auf Wiedersehen. Merci, chérie.
Oh dear. Never mind. And also a massive thanks to my co-host this evening. It's the wonderful Elliot.
Thank you, everybody. Big thank you to Tom
Rambo.
as well for being my co-host as well. Shut up, Stuart. And a big thank you to everyone in the comments who's been alongside us, watching us the entire time. It's been great fun. And stick with us right up until May, please. Otherwise, we're talking to ourselves and we'll go crazy.
Oh no, they'll stick with us. It's amazing. It is fantastic to see you all in the chat room. We love you joining us, and we hope you'll be joining us again tomorrow night as we review the Danish Melody Grand Prix. Until then, though, it's bye for now, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.